Hello students, I welcome you all for today's class. I hope everybody are doing good and staying safe in this pandemic situation by the grace of God. So before we move on to today's class, we'll have a recap of what we learned in the previous class. Okay, so in the previous class, we looked into chapter 6, right? That is information processing. So in information processing, we learned about what is systematic listing, what is Sudoku, what is magic triangle, more figures in a figure, and then we solved problems based on information processing, right? In today's class, we are moving to term 2. Okay, so first chapter in term 2 is numbers. So we are going to learn about numbers first. So in numbers, you are going to learn about what are odd and even numbers, what are factors and multiples, what are prime and composite numbers, followed by divisibility of numbers and prime factorization. Understood, students? So in today's class, we are going to term 2. So the first chapter is numbers, and in numbers you are going to learn about what are odd and even numbers, factors and multiples, prime and composite numbers, divisibility of numbers and prime factorization. Understood, students? So first we'll move on to what are odd and even numbers. So first we'll see what are odd numbers. Do you all know what are odd numbers? So come, let's see. So a number is called an odd number if it cannot be grouped equally in twos. Okay, that is, the odd number starts from 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and it goes on. Okay, so the alternative numbers are called as odd numbers. Okay, so odd numbers generally starts from 1, and all odd numbers end with any of the following digits, that is 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9. Okay, so what are odd numbers? Odd numbers generally starts from 1, followed by 3, followed by 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, and it goes on till infinity. Okay, so all odd numbers end with any one of the digits, that is 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9. Okay, so the alternative numbers starting from 1 are called as odd numbers. Okay, now we'll move on to set of odd numbers. So these are all the set of odd numbers from 1 till 53. Okay, so can you see 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13? So these are all the odd numbers. So odd numbers generally starts from 1 and ends with any of the digits, that is 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Okay, can you see this odd number ends with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, again followed by 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So the numbers gets repeated. Okay, so odd numbers generally starts from 1 and goes on till infinity. Okay, so the alternative numbers starting from 1 are called as odd numbers. Understood, students? Now we'll move on to what are even numbers. Okay, so a number is called an even number if it cannot be grouped equally into, that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, etc. are called as even numbers. Okay, so all even numbers end with any one of the following digits, that is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. Okay, so whereas we saw in odd numbers it generally ends with 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9, right? Here even number starts from 2 and it goes on till infinity. Okay, so starting from 2, the alternative numbers are even numbers. Okay, so in whole numbers, odd numbers and even numbers come alternatively. Understood, students? So what are even numbers? Even numbers generally starts from 2 and then it goes on till infinity. Okay, so all even numbers end with any one of the following digits, that is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. Okay, in general odd and even numbers come alternatively. Understood, students? So now here are set of even numbers from 2 till 100. Okay, could you see that all even numbers ends with 2, 4, 6, 8, 0? Could you all see? So even numbers generally starts from 2 and the alternative number. Okay, so that is 4, 6, 8, 10. Likewise, it goes on till 100. Okay, so this picture is a set of even numbers from 2 till 100. Okay, so this is a picture showing that the numbers that ends with 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8 are called as even numbers, and the numbers with ends with 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9 are called as odd numbers. Okay, understood students? Now we'll move on to what are factors and multiples. Okay, so first we'll move on to factors. So a factor is a number that divides the given number exactly. Okay, so it gives the remainder 0. So every number has two factors, that is 1 and the number itself. Okay, so every factor of a number is less than or equal to that number. Understood students? So what are factors? A factor is just a number that divides the given number exactly. Okay, so it gives remainder 0. So every number, each and every number has exactly two factors, that is 1 and the number itself. Okay, so for example, take 12. Okay, so 2 is a factor of 12 because 2 goes into 12 6 times. That is 2 multiplied by 6 is equal to 12. Okay, so this means that 6 is also a factor of 12. So the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. Okay, so the factors of 12 are 1 into 12 are 12, 2 into 6 is equal to 12, 3 fours are 12, likewise 4 threes are 12, 6 twos are 12, 12 ones are 12. Okay, so the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Understood students? So what is a factor? A factor of any number is any amount that divides into that number exactly, leaving no remainder. Okay, now we'll move on to multiples. Okay, so what are multiples? A multiple of a number is the result of multiplying that number by an integer, just like timetables. Okay, so every multiple of a number is greater than or equal to that number. For example, multiples of 7 are 7, 14, 21, 28. It goes on. So they are greater than or equal to 7. And the multiples of a number are endless. Okay, for example, multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It goes on till infinity. Okay, so the numbers are endless. Now we'll see with an example. So consider tables 2. Okay, the multiples of two tables are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. It goes on, right? So I'm just saying the two tables. Likewise, multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. It goes on, right? So I'm saying three tables. Likewise, the multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It goes on till infinity. Okay. So what is a multiple? A multiple of a number is the result of multiplying that number by an integer. Okay. Now we'll see the difference between factors and multiples. Okay. So let us consider the number 16. Okay. So the factors are 2, 4, 8, 16. Okay, so 2 is a factor of 16. Even 4 is a factor of 16 followed by 8, 16. Okay, so likewise 21. 21 goes in 3 tables and then 7 tables and 21 tables, right? So 3 is a factor of 21. Likewise 45 goes in 5 tables, 3 tables and then 9 tables, 15 tables and then 45 tables. So 3, 5, 9, 15 and 45 are all the factors of 45. Okay, now we'll move on to multiples. So what are multiples? So let us consider the example 2. Okay, so when we take 2, what are the multiples of 2? It is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? So these are all the multiples of two tables. Okay, likewise for 3, it starts from 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. It goes on. Okay, so these are all the multiples of 21. Now, could you say 45 is a multiple of what table? We could say that 45 is a multiple of 3 tables, 5 table, 9 table, and 15 table. Understood, students? Now we'll move on to what are prime and composite numbers. So first we'll move on to prime numbers. So a natural number greater than 1 having only two factors, namely 1 and the number itself, is called a prime number. Understood, students? So what are prime numbers? A natural number which is greater than 1 having only two factors, namely 1 and the number itself, is called a prime number. For example, let us take 2. Okay, so 2 as two factors, okay, that is 1 and the number itself. Okay, so 2 as two factors, that is 1 and 2. Likewise, 13 is 1 and 13. So such numbers are called as prime numbers. Okay, so a number that has two factors, that is 1 and itself, are called as prime numbers. For example, let us take 5. So 5 goes in only 1 table and 5 table, right? So it is a prime number. Likewise, 7 goes only in 1 table and 7 table, right? So such numbers are called as prime numbers. Understood, students? So here are set of prime numbers from 2 till 100. Okay, so these are all the set of prime numbers from 1 to 100. Now we'll move on to composite numbers. So what are composite numbers? So a natural number having more than two factors are called as composite numbers. For example, 15 is a composite number. Okay, why we say that 15 is a composite number? Because it has more than two factors, that is 1, 3, 5. Okay, so 15 goes in 1 tables, 3 tables, and 5 tables, right? So it has more than two factors, so we call 15 as a composite number. Likewise, let us take 70. It goes in 1 tables, 2 tables, 5 tables, 7 tables, 10 tables, right? So we call 70 also a composite number. Understood, students? What are composite numbers? So any whole numbers with more than two factors are called as composite numbers. Even 4 is a composite number because 4 goes in 1 tables, 2 tables, and 4 tables, right? So it has more than two factors, so 4 is also called as composite number. Students, could you just understand the difference between the prime numbers and composite numbers? So what are prime numbers? Prime numbers are numbers that has only two factors. Okay, so it goes only in one tables and the number itself. Okay, it has just only two factors, that is 1 and the number itself, whereas composite numbers has more than two factors. Okay, so could you see here 2, 3, 5, 7 are all the prime numbers because it goes only in one table and the number itself. Okay, whereas composite numbers are 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, so 4, 6, 8, 9 has more than two factors. Understood, students? Now we'll see the list of prime and composite numbers, that is 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19 are all the prime numbers. Okay, whereas composite number starts from 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, it goes on. Okay, and there is one exceptional case where the number 1 is neither prime nor composite. Okay, so 1 is neither a prime nor a composite. Understood, students? Next, we'll move on to the rules for test of divisibility of numbers. Okay, so first one is the divisibility by 2. So a number is said to be divisible by 2 if its ones place is any one of the following even numbers, that is 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Okay, so a number is said to be divisible by 2 if its ones place is any of the even numbers. For example, 4, 5, 6, 3, 6, 8 is said to be divisible by 2 since its ones place is 8. Okay, so 8 is an even number, so the given number is divisible by 2. Understood, students? Whereas look at the second example, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 is not divisible by 2 since its ones place is odd number, which is 7. Okay, so a number is said to be divisible by 2 only if its ones place is any one of the even numbers. Understood, students? So next we'll move on to the divisibility by 3. So a number is said to be divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. Okay, so for example, 6 4 5 3 2 1 is divisible by 3. Okay, now the first step is you are going to find the sum of the digits, that is 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So when you add all these numbers, you get 21. Okay, so when you add 2 plus 1, it is 3. So therefore 3 is divisible by 3. Okay, so therefore 6 5 4 3 2 1 is said to be divisible by 3. Understood, students? Now we'll move on to divisibility by 5. So a number is said to be divisible by 5 if its ones place is either 0 or 5. Okay, for example, consider 5225 and 280. Could you see the ones place in the first number is 5, right? Similarly, in the second number, it is 0. So if a number contains 0 or 5 in its ones place, it is said to be divisible by 5. Understood, students? So next we'll move on to the divisibility by 4. So a number is divisible by 4 if the last two digits of the given number is divisible by 4. Okay, and you must also note that if the last two digits of a number are zeros, then also it is divisible by 4. Okay, for example, 7162849229000 are divisible by 4. Could you see the last two digit in the first number? It is 28. So 28 is divisible by 4 tables, right? Likewise, 92 in the second number, it is also divisible by 4. And the third number contains double zeros. Okay, so it is also divisible by 4. Understood, students? Now we'll move on to divisibility by 6. So a number is said to be divisible by 6 if it is divisible by both 2 and 3. Okay, for example, 138, 3246, 6552 and 65584 are all divisible by 6. How do you know that these numbers are divisible by 6? Because it gets divisible by both 2 and 3. Understood, students? Now we'll move on to divisibility by 8. So a number is said to be divisible by 8 if the last three digits of the given number is divisible by 8. And you must note that if the last three digits of a number are zeros, then it is divisible by 8. Okay, so for example, 2992 is divisible by 8 as 992. So the last three digit number 992 is divisible by 8. Okay, and the number 3000 is also divisible by 8 as it contains 3 zeros. Okay, so the last three digits in 3000s are 0. So therefore this number is divisible by 8. Now we'll move on to divisibility by 9. Okay, so a number is said to be divisible by 9 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9. And you must note that the numbers divisible by 9 are also divisible by 3. Okay, for example, 9569 is divisible by 9 as the sum of this number, that is 9 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 is equal to 27, and 27 is divisible by 9. Okay, so this is the divisibility by 9. Understood, students? Next we'll move on to divisibility by 10. So a number is divisible by 10 if its ones place is only 0. Okay, observe that numbers divisible by 10 are also divisible by 5. Okay, for example, 2020 is divisible by 10. Since the ones place has 0, the given number is divisible by 10. Okay, whereas consider the second example, 260111950. Here also the ones place is 0. Therefore, the number is divisible by 10 and hence it is also divisible by 5. Okay, so a number is said to be divisible by 10 if it's only ones place is 0. Understood, students? So next is the divisibility by 11. Okay, so a number is said to be divisible by 11 if the difference between the sum of alternative digits of the number is either 0 or divisible by 11. Okay, for example, consider the number 2567995. So what are they saying? A number is said to be divisible by 11 if the difference between the sum of the alternative digits, okay, that is the sum of the alternative digits, that is 269. Okay, so the sum of 269 minus 575 must be either 0 or the number must be divisible by 11. Understood, students? So when I add 2, 6, 9, I get 17. Likewise, when I add 5 plus 7 plus 5, I get 17. So when I subtract 17 from 17, I get 0. Okay, so a number is said to be divisible by 11 if the difference between the sum of the alternative digits of the number is either 0 or divisible by 11. I hope you would have understood the divisibility of numbers, students. Now we'll move on to prime factorization. Okay, so now let's look into what is prime factorization. So expressing a given number as a product of factors that are all prime numbers is called the prime factorization of a number. Okay, for example, 32 can be written as a product of factors as 32 is equal to 1 into 36, 2 into 18, 3 into 12, 4 into 9, 6 into 6. Okay, so the factors of 36 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, so the prime factorization can be done by the following methods, that is either by division method or factor tree method. Okay, so first we look into prime factorization by division method. We can find the prime factorization of 36 as follows. Okay, so this is the way you prime factorize a number. Okay, so 36 goes in two tables 18 times. Okay, so 2 18s are 36 and 18 goes in two tables 9 times. So 2 19s are 18 and 9 goes in three tables. So 3 3s are 9 and 3 goes in three tables, which is 1. Okay, so 3 1s are 3. So 36 can be written as 2 multiplied 2 multiplied 3 multiplied 3. Okay, so the numbers over here will be prime numbers. Understood, students? So 36 you can also prime factorize as 3 12s are 36. 12 goes in two tables, right? 2 6 are 12 and 6 goes in two tables, that is 3 times. So 2 3s are 6 and 3 goes in three tables, that is 1 time. You can even prime factorize a number like this. Okay, so either way the answer will be the same. Okay, so this is prime factorization by division method. Understood, students? Now I'll move to factor tree method. Okay, so 36. So let us consider the same example 36 and you are going to write it as 2 18s are 36 and next you are going to factorize 18. Okay, so 2 19s are 18 and next you are going to factorize 9, which is 3 3s are 9. Okay, now the factors of 36 are 2 multiplied 2 multiplied 3 multiplied 3. Understood, students? So this is how you prime factorize a number either by division method or factor tree method. Understood, students? So that's it for today's class. Now I'll do a recap of what we learned in today's class. Okay, students? So first we looked into odd and even numbers, right? So first we saw what are odd numbers. So generally odd number starts from 1, 3, 5, 7 and it goes on till infinity, right? So all odd numbers end with any one of the following digits, that is 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9. Okay, so the odd number starts from 1 and the alternative numbers. Okay, so odd numbers generally starts from 1 followed by the alternative numbers. Okay, and then we saw a set of odd numbers, and then we moved on to what are even numbers. So what is an even number? A number is called an even number if it can be grouped equally in two. Okay, that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 are all the even numbers, and all even numbers end with any one of the following digits, that is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. Understood, students? So even number starts from 2 followed by the consecutive numbers. Okay, so in general odd numbers and even numbers come alternatively, and then we saw a set of even numbers, right? So generally, even numbers ends with 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8, and odd numbers ends with 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Understood, students? And next we moved on to factors and multiples. So what are factors? So a factor is a number that divides the given number exactly, leaving no remainder. Okay, so every number adds two factors, that is 1 and the number itself. For example, 2 is a factor of 12, 3 is a factor of 12, 6 is a factor of 12, 4 is a factor of 12. Okay, and then we saw this picture with the help of an example. And next we moved on to multiples. So what are multiples? A multiple is a number got by multiplying that number by an integer. Okay, so just like timetables, and we saw the multiples of 7, and we saw that the multiples of a number are endless with an help of an example, right? So we saw this picture and learned few multiples of 2, 3 and 5, right? And then we saw the difference between the factors and multiples, and next we moved on to prime and composite numbers. Okay, so what are prime numbers? So a prime number is a number having only two factors, that is 1 and the number itself. Okay, and then we saw the example of a prime number, right? And then we saw few prime numbers from 1 to 100, right? And next we moved on to composite numbers. So what are composite numbers? So any whole number with more than two factors are called as composite numbers, and we saw an example. That is 15 is a composite number. Likewise, 70 is also a composite number because it has factors such as 1, 3, 5. 15 as factors such as 1, 3 and 5, and 70 as factors 1, 2, 5, 7, 10, etc. Okay, and then we saw few prime and composite numbers, and we saw one special case, that is the number 1 is neither prime nor composite number. Understood, students? And next we moved on to the rules for test of divisibility of numbers, right? So the first we moved on to divisibility by 2. So a number is said to be divisible by 2 if its ones place is any one of the even numbers, that is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. And next we moved on to divisibility by 3. So a number is said to be divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, right? And next we moved on to divisibility by 5. So a number is said to be divisible by 5 if its ones place is either 0 or 5. And next we moved on to divisibility by 4. So a number is said to be divisible by 4 if the last two digits of the given number is divisible by 4, or if the last two digits of a number are zeros, right? And next we moved on to the divisibility by 6. So a number is said to be divisible by 6 if it is divisible by both 2 and 3. And next we moved on to divisibility by 8. So a number is said to be divisible by 8 if the last three digits of the given number are divisible by 8, and if the last three digits of a number are also 0, then it is also said to be divisible by 8. Okay, and next we moved on to the divisibility by 9. So a number is said to be divisible by 9 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9. Okay, so and you must also note that the numbers divisible by 9 are also divisible by 3. Okay, and next we moved on to divisibility by 10. So a number is said to be divisible by 10 if its ones place is only 0. Okay, and you must also observe that the numbers that are divisible by 10 are also divisible by 5. And next we moved on to divisibility by 11. So a number is said to be divisible by 11 if the difference between the sum of the alternative digits of the number is either 0 or divisible by 11. Understood, students? And next we moved on to prime factorization. So what is prime factorization? Expressing a given number as a product of factors that are all prime numbers is called as the prime factorization of number. Okay, so prime factorization can be done by following methods, that is division method and factor tree method. We looked into an example of division method and factor tree method, right? So that's it, students. Now it's time for question and answer. So the first question is define factors and multiples. So a factor is a number that divides the given number exactly, leaving no remainder. Okay, and a multiple of a number is the result of multiplying that number by an integer. Yes, very good. And the second one is write the smallest and the biggest two-digit prime number. So the smallest two-digit prime number will be 11 and the biggest two-digit prime number will be 97. Understood, students? So I have attached the worksheets for you. Kindly try solving it in your notebook. Okay, thank you, students.